Hey everyone, and welcome back to our deep dive into the world of love in Sweet Frost. Episode 15 was an absolute emotional roller coaster, so let's get right into it. The episode opens with the goddess of fate getting cornered by Xu Feng's men. In his war tent, our phoenix is pacing like a caged lion, desperate to get back to Jin Mi, free holiday. When the goddess arrives, he practically begs her to give Jin Mi an easy mortal trial, one free from ensure Jin Mi's safety during her mortal trial. The goddess, ever calm, offers him 3 potential destinies for Jin Mi. The first, a life steeped in endless sorrow and heartbreak. The second, a solitary existence as a monk, forever untouched by the complexities of love. And the third, a life spent within the secluded Saint Healer clan, where the chosen senses must live veiled, her face hidden from the world for eternity. Without hesitation, Xu Feng chooses the third path. In his mind, a life of solitude is far better than a life of suffering. He would rather she be alone than in pain. Later, the Moon Immortal is busy preparing the red threads of destiny, a playful glint in his eye as he teases the goddess of fate. He ties a knot with a gentle tug and remarks softly, "You know, even gods can't bind love with rules." The goddess simply sighs in response. Fate, it seems, is rarely kind to those who love most deeply. Reware. Meanwhile, just before Jin Mi's descent into the mortal realm, her father, the water god Luo Lin, and her fiancé Run Yu come to see her off. Luo Lin's face is etched with worry, fearing the suffering his daughter might endure. But Run Yu offers a comforting hand. "We cannot interfere with her trial," he says, his voice steady. "But I will watch over her from afar. My fiancée will find her own light." That night, under the soft glow of the moon, Jin Mi sneaks into Xu Feng's palace garden. VAs, with gentle hands, she buries a jar of osmanthus wine, a brew she had made for him before he departed for war. It's her silent, bittersweet farewell. Her friend Luo Ting finds her there and mocks her for returning to a place of heartbreak. But Jin Mi just smiles, a soft, resilient curve of her lips. "No matter what happens," she says quietly, "I'll always remember our friendship." At the warfront, a sense of unease settles over Xu Feng. The demon army is far too quiet, their movements too predictable. It feels like a diversion. A chilling realization dawns on him: this is his mother's doing, a scheme to keep him occupied. Without a second thought, he abandons his post, his troops, and rushes back towards the heavenly realm. But he's too late. When he finally bursts into the Hall of Fate, he sees Jin Mi's trial has already begun. The goddess of fate stands beside the swirling celestial energy of the destiny compass. Jin Mi hesitates for just a single, heartbreaking moment, her gaze finding her father, Luo Lin, before she steps resolutely into the light. A brilliant flash engulfs her, and her soul begins its long fall to the mortal world. Xu Feng's voice rips through the hall as he screams for the goddess to stop. "Bring her back!" he commands, his voice raw with anguish. But she only shakes her head, her expression grim. The ritual is complete. It cannot be undone. Driven by a desperation that eclipses all reason, Xu Feng leaps into the destiny compass himself, chasing her soul into the unknown. Panicked Sui, he follows him, unable to bear the thought of him going alone. Thinking fast, the Moon Immortal shoves General Liao Yuan in after them. "Protect your prince," he shouts. He's far too foolish for his own heart. Just as the chaos subsides, the Heavenly Empress arrives, her face a mask of fury. The goddess of fate quickly placates her, promising that in this mortal life, Xu Feng will be granted immense glory and power, while Sui he will enjoy beauty and comfort. Satisfied with this outcome, the Empress departs. The moon immortal, watching her go, can only let out a long, weary sigh. When gods fall in love, he murmurs to himself. Even fate grows tired. Down in the mortal world, a baby girl is left abandoned at the gates of a temple. A veiled woman from the legendary St. Hela clan finds the infant. She scoops her up and carries her deep into the mountains, to a secluded sanctuary untouched by the ravages of war or the whims of love. Years pass. The baby, Jin Mi, grows into a kind, spirited young woman. Her best friend is the loyal and mischievous Kung Huo. Together, they spend their days studying the healing arts and herbcraft, their nights filled with shared dreams of the world that lies beyond their mountain home. When the clan's revered census passes away, Jin Mi is chosen as her successor. But during the sacred succession ritual, she suddenly collapses, a victim of a jealous rival's poison. From the heavens, the goddess of fate secretly intervenes, her power flowing down to save Jin Mi's life. Watching the girl recover, she whispers, "Little Jin Mi, even mortal pain cannot hide the brightness of your light." But the heavenly empress is not so easily pleased. Upon hearing that Jin Mi's mortal life is peaceful, she is enraged. She summons the goddess of fate and orders her to inflict more trials, more suffering. The goddess hesitates, her conscience warring with her duty, but in the end, she must obey. Even fate, it seems, must bow to absolute power. Time continues its quiet flow in the mortal realm. Songs and stories of Yi Wong, the undefeated god of war, echo through every town and village. Kung Huo is completely smitten with the hero, but Jin Mi sees it differently. A general's honor, she whispers to her friend, is written in the blood of others. Fate, however, has a cruel sense of irony. The St. Hela clan is ordered to supply medicine for Yi Wang's army. Jin Mi agrees to help, hiding her deep unease behind a calm and dutiful smile. One morning, she discovers that several rare and essential herbs are missing from their stores. To replace them, she volunteers to venture into the forest alone to gather more. Her aunt is reluctant, but Jin Mi pleads. Never seen the world beyond these mountains. Her yearning is so palpable that permission is finally granted. The forest is a symphony of life, with sunlight filtering through the mist and dappling the grassy floor. Jin Mi walks with a light step, humming an old, forgotten melody. For the first time in a long time, she feels a sense of freedom, completely unaware that destiny is already pulling the strings, leading her straight towards the man she once loved so fiercely. Not far from where she forages, Yi Wang and his men are on a hunt. Suddenly, the peaceful morning is shattered by an ambush. Arrows rain down from the surrounding cliffs. His guards fall one by one, valiantly defending their prince. Yi Wang fights with a ferocious grace, his blade a blur of silver and red under the morning sun. Then, as quickly as it began, the fighting stops. An eerie silence descends upon the forest. Drawn by the sounds of battle, Jin Mi cautiously parts a curtain of branches and steps into a clearing. And there she freezes. Before her lies a man, motionless on the ground, his magnificent armor stained crimson with blood. Her eyes widen in shock, having no idea that destiny has, once again, brought her face to face with Xu Feng. Thank you so much for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more episodes. We'll see you in the next one.